Welcome everybody to the Leadership Gilroy Class of 2020 graduation presented by Christopher Ranch. Before we get started, I want to thank all of our community partners that have helped to do this and help put this on a great year for our class once again. To all the nonprofits, to all the small businesses, city entities, all of our presenters that help teach the class, and even more so our board of directors and Trevor Van Laar for doing an amazing job this year. We could not have done this without you, especially during these trying times. So as Andrea and I were sitting in the chamber offices interviewing each and one of you coming through the program, we just kept getting more and more excited about the thought of what this year was going to be like. It was my first year as the executive director. She was kind of showing me the ropes, and each of you just brought a unique, fun, energetic part of each team. It was kind of like I told you all through the class, filming Big Brother and picking the cast for Survivor. Little did I know the pandemic was going to hit, and it really was going to be Survivor. And you guys really just exceeded all of our expectations. You know, when the pandemic hit, we had to switch up the roles and we had to go to Zoom and adapt the class and adapt our family. On top of all of that going on with that, I know there was a lot of personal tragedy and things that we had to take care of. We had loss of family members, a lot of some friends that had passed, and it was tough, you know. And so one of our very first classes that we started was with the media day. And I want to go back to something that John Canzano spoke about during our class when he talked about the two best leaders that he had been around. He had covered Jerry Tarkanian at Fresno State, and he had covered Coach Bobby Knight, both Hall of Fame coaches, both two different styles. But he talked about what made them successful, and it was the ability to pivot. When things got tough, they were able to pivot and make these changes and adapt. You guys put that into play immediately with your class project, with the class, with your families, with everything going on. You still made the time and not only just did okay or got by, you guys absolutely killed it on your event and as a class. And I know it's hard to bond and do those things over Zoom and whatnot once we got past the retreat, and you guys did that. And I can't be more proud of you for the first year of leading this program myself and going through it. And it's something that I've been proud to say that I've been a part of for my class and now, and to have you guys be the representative of my first class, what I'll look back on as my first experience, is something I'm really proud of, all of you, both personally and professionally and collectively as a group. I knew some of you already, and I got to know a lot of you throughout the class, and it was fun to watch you guys grow together and build those relationships, and it was great for me to build some of those relationships with you. So on that note, we have a great program tonight. Again, thank you on behalf of the community, the board, Trevor, everybody involved. We're very proud of you guys. You guys killed it. And it's going to be hard for me to say that my class was the best class of all time now. So congratulations with making me even have to make that decision. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce Alicia Troy, our board president.
Good evening. I am Alicia Troy, and as board president of Leadership Gilroy, I have had the great honor and privilege to serve this class, this organization, and this amazing community of Gilroy. Today, I welcome each of our families, friends, and guests, and thank everyone for joining us as we recognize the outstanding accomplishments of the Leadership Gilroy Class of 2020. Class, I stand before you with gratitude. You have been a positive, passionate, and caring class. You have had an incredible impact on all of us, and we deeply appreciate all that you have done. During your time in Leadership Gilroy, you have developed quite a reputation for yourselves, and people have noticed. We've noticed the extraordinary work you did during the class year, and especially during your project, Gilroy Clove Days. What you have done is remarkable. Each of you completed a course of study that was designed to educate, inspire, and develop you as leaders in your own lives as well as in our local community. Many of you noticed that our course of study was much more than just a schedule of class days. You were able to make deep connections between leadership and community. Community awareness days like education, government, and human services were understood more fully due to your diligence in honing skills such as authenticity, communications, diversity, and teamwork. No matter what you do next, whether as an employee, family member, consumer, voter, or citizen, in all your roles, we hope that you will use these connections to be better communicators, problem solvers, collaborators, and community heroes. Speaking of heroes, you not only succeeded in your classwork, but you also excelled in community service. Through your project, you demonstrated to our community that we can rely on you. You demonstrated that you are all heroes that can rise to meet the challenges. In fact, through your Gilroy Clove days, you raised over $40,000, gave countless hours to our many nonprofits, and rallied strength and pride in our community in a time when we needed it most. I don't know that there is a town around that can say its class members did as much for their community as each of you did for ours. You have done all that we have asked of you, and as you leave this program, please know that we are proud of you, and we know that you will do your best to help your families, your neighbors, your coworkers, and your community, and to use your talents, whatever they may be, for the public good. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you.
Hello, Leadership Gilroy Class of 2020. My name is Chef Carlos, and I'm here to speak on behalf of the Gilroy Leadership Chamber Board and community. With that said, I want to say congratulations for all your hard work and everything you've done this year, especially during a pandemic. Being the first Leadership Gilroy Class of 2020, not only to have a program and project succeed its heights, you are going and doing this during a pandemic, so congratulations to you. Before Leadership Gilroy Class of 2014, myself, I was a simple person, kind of a little person in the back in the corner, never said anything, never did anything, just kind of did my own thing. I was just hanging out. I was able to take this class though and learn what the importance was in the community, who needed the help and who needed the support. After the class of 2014, I was able to blossom to what I am today. And that is on a whole nother level, let me tell you. First of all, not only did I get right involved, I was able to say, hey, this is who I am and this is what I want to do, is that I want to give back. And giving back doesn't have to certainly mean giving money or monetary donations. It could be just service. So what is service? Service to me is getting involved. Pulling those sleeves up, taking those earrings off, putting the hair up, and get involved. And that's just what I like to do. So that's kind of what my focus was. And I took all these things that everybody in the community gave me to guide me and support me, and I want to share those things with you tonight. And the first one, give what you can. You don't have to give, again, all this money. You don't have to support in these donations. All you really have to do is to get involved. You can go out there, find what the need is, learn what the need is, and then from there, your heart will desire to give back in your way. When you're giving back, do it for yourself, and more importantly, don't do it for anyone else. Do it because you want to give back and because you have a passion for this. A goal in your life is always to find that passion. And with that passion, you'll be able to go out and give to others in many ways that you have gotten before, but you've also been given before. So that's so important and so huge. And when I was going through the leadership program and then afterwards, I was always hearing the word no. And for me, hearing the word no always kind of shut me down and gave me this negative vibes. So when you're out there and people ask you for guidance, support, leadership, always try to say yes and support and guide them. And if it's okay to say no, but this time say not right now, maybe later or at another time. That's so important and so crucial to do. So going to the program, I've learned that a lot of people tend to say no. And for me, hearing the word no kind of shuts me down or gives me a negative effect or kind of just brings my spirit down. When you're out there, never take no for an answer. With that said, be true to who you are. Always try to just take who you are and share that with the world. Everyone's gonna embrace you and take you and say, you know what, this is you, I'm gonna help you, or I'm gonna guide you, or I'm gonna support you. And that's huge. When you're out there in the community, always try to just accept everyone, accept the challenges, accept the struggles. Never try to save someone or save someone. Never try to save someone or help them or heal them. Just accept them for who they are and what they do. And if they come at you and say, hey, I just need a little love or guidance, do it. So I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm filming right now, it's almost 4 o'clock, it's hot, there's bugs all over me, I'm sweating, I'm out of breath, but it's okay. Just be who you are, be true to who you are. And it's okay, I got my fan, I'm gonna be iconic because you best believe I'm here to do me and y'all asked me to speak and here I am. So with that said, when you're out there, accept everyone and accept everything that's gonna come your way. Don't try to save anyone or heal them or help them. Accept them first, and then you're gonna slowly learn what the best way to guide them is, lead them is. You will often be imitated, and people will try to do what you're doing. People will try to shut you down, and people will try to say, you know what, this isn't you, this isn't your part, this isn't your thing to do. You're just gonna take that and say, you know what, this is me, and I am not gonna be duplicated. We're just here to support each other, live and love, and most importantly, guide everyone through. So find a purpose, and find a passion. The purpose in life is to have a passion. Be true to who you are, and more importantly, just do what you do best, and that's be you. So with that said, thank you again. I appreciate all the support, the guidance, the love, and more importantly, just do what you like to do and enjoy life and be able to go out there and lead and support and guide people to their best journey. Thank you again, and thank you for choosing me to speak on behalf of Leadership Gilroy Class of 2020 and the board and the community. And thank you for letting me live my big and tall, bearded, and fabulous lifestyle. Be you.
Hi, most of you know me as Danielle or Danny. Some of you refer to me as Positive Penelope. What you probably don't know is that I joined Leadership Gilroy as a way to learn more about my community, build a stronger bond to my community, and to gain some self-confidence. I've never had a ton of self-confidence. I still have a long way to go, but through this class, our project, and my connections with all of my classmates, I've gained more than confidence. I've strengthened relationships, built lifetime friendships, and learned so much valuable information about myself. For instance, I learned that I make a face and go silent if I don't agree with my classmates, but I don't disagree out loud. Thank you for that little nugget, Cindy. From the beginning of this class and the start of our project, I had a vision of what this class could do. Even when Trevor continuously nagged us for more ideas, I knew the best project for us would be something for our community. Our community needed uplifting and healing. The Gilroy Clove Days brought healing to people, and it wasn't just about the Garlic Festival. It was personal. The moment of silence and the ringing of the bells gave people in our town an opportunity to heal from whatever they needed to heal from. I will never forget hearing the bells ring in my neighborhood at 5 p.m. I had to take a seat on my front steps to take it all in. Through tears, I realized the ringing of the bells gave me the opportunity to let go of some heavy stuff I've carried around with me for many years, and I know it did the same for others. There were happy tears also, though. This project was about bringing our community together, and we did that. Us, the group of us 21 leaders. We were met with a few obstacles along the way, such as having to take pre-orders on merchandise and agreeing to hand deliver all over Gilroy. Thank you, Cindy and Almendra. Or having to limit our Fit Fest to a certain number of people, making last-minute instructor changes. Thank you, Coach D, for stepping in and taking over classes. We pushed through every obstacle and came up with a solution. We brought this community together and we raised 40 grand along the way. I'm so proud of us. I want to give a quick shout out to the Saturday Fit Fest group because I was able to work so closely with you. Coach D, Diane, Fanny, Janet, Marvin, and Norma. I already miss our Saturday morning meetings at Bella Viva. Janet, I'm sorry I always drink your mimosa. Now to the juggernauts. I'm not really sure if this was meant as a compliment, but we took it and we ran with it. We are a force, we get the job done, we are unstoppable, but we do it with mercy and we do it with grace. Almendra, I can't believe we're neighbors. We could have been crafting together all these years. I feel like I've gained a friend and a dental hygienist for life. I would work on 1,000 more projects with you, and long live the spreadsheet. Cindy, I've known you since 7th grade. We always seem to stay connected here and there. I'm so glad we were able to spend this time together, and if there's ever anyone to step up and get the job done, it's you. Jennifer Fortino, the originator of the spreadsheet. The way you stepped in to give an interview to the news on such an emotional day was selfless. You put our project before yourself, and that means a ton to this class. Mr. Troy, aka Mr. Greg. Your idea of the Clove Challenge literally kicked off our entire project and started the money rolling in. You have amazing ideas. Principal Padilla, you kept us organized and on track. You helped us see the bigger picture, and you always saw the potential. Janet, I could say so much. Your passion for our community and what you believe is right is unparalleled. You have such a giant heart and are always ready to give. I wish I could talk about everyone in this class because I probably have something to say about all of you, but I have to leave something for Andrew to talk about. Before I wrap up, I wanted to give a shout out to my fellow speech giver. Andrew, what an amazing young adult you are. You're so mature, so well-spoken, and so eager to learn and grow from your mistakes. I've never met a person so willing to take accountability and push forward in the right direction. I'm proud to know you, and I'm proud to call you my friend. To the Leadership Gilroy class of 2020, thank you for all you have taught me. I'm a better person because of all of you. We are truly the best class ever.
Hello, Leadership Gilroy class of 2020. It's my honor to be here to represent all of you today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to not only learn with all of you, but to learn from all of you. I'd also like to thank Mike Lovano and Trevor Van Laar for being such great educators, and also all of the Leadership Gilroy board. But most importantly, I'd like to thank my family and all of your support systems that are probably watching along at home right now. We really appreciate all the sacrifices that you made to allow us to learn this year. Mike, I really appreciate you taking a chance on us as your first class. I know that it was a really new experience for you, but it was great to see the way that you really opened up and went so far to teach us everything that you did. And Trevor, thank you for consistently challenging us. It seemed like every time we had a great idea, you just had to shoot it down just a little bit. But we really appreciated all the different questions and the ways that you brought these things to our attention. I remember the first day that I came to orientation, I was really excited to get to know all of you. But at that time, I had a different idea of what a leader was. So in my mind, I had already created a list of things that I had to check off. Make sure that I greet Mike and Trevor because they're going to be our teachers this year. Make sure that I talk to my board liaison, that I do a little meet and greet with every board member there and every member of the class. And I told myself that these things would make me a leader. Being able to run through the list and make sure that I was doing everything that would make me look like a leader. And I think what I learned in this class was that that's not really what a leader is. But moving on to the very first leadership class here at Gilroy Presbyterian Church, I had the opportunity to get to learn a lot more from all of you. One of the things I remember sticking out is my conversation with Heather. She never made me feel like I was less than because I was younger. She always went the extra mile to make sure that I was heard, and she was very kind to me, and I always remember that feeling. Then we all got to do the retreat together, and I'm sure that that next morning after you all went out to Daisy's and I stayed in and read a book, you all hated the way that I shut down your ideas and I questioned everything because you might have been feeling a little hungover. And I didn't understand what that meant at the time. One of the other things I remember about that retreat was Ryan coming in with tacos. And Ryan, just the way that he always had that charisma, I think from the very first day I would have taken anything that he said as absolute law. And that really meant something important because eventually Ryan and I came into a little bit of conflict over the sponsorship tiers. Ryan had asked me to change them after I had felt that I worked so hard on them. And that's when I realized that Ryan could have used the fact that he was older than me, that he was probably a better leader, that he had more support from the class in general, but instead he was patient and appreciative of all my hard work, and that really had an impact on me. Now moving on to our project and the group that I personally got to work with, I was able to see all of you work under stress and in different environments and see all the different ways that you handled different situations. I remember Jason, you always had the ability to take care of whatever I needed. And when I started off, I had a hard time asking all of you for help. And so being able to delegate a task to you guys and watch the way that you carried it out thoroughly and detail-orientated, it really made me feel like I could trust your abilities and that you would get things done phenomenally. I remember anytime I needed someone to listen or someone to talk to, Gina was always there from Rebecca's. And we talk a lot of times after the meeting and we'd be able to bounce ideas off of each other so that I could really think through the different problems that came our way. Greg Troy, I really appreciate everything. Anytime that I felt overwhelmed or like I couldn't handle the workload from our team, I could always reach out to you to take care of something. You always gave me the best ideas, and we really are supportive of the idea of Clove Days that you came up with in the first place. That brings me to some of the other members of our team that weren't able to be as present with meetings and some of the different things that we did. And I realized at the end that that was also a little bit of leadership too. Jen was really tied up with the hospital because of COVID-19, and that's important. And sometimes being a leader means that you can't do what you want, but you have to do what you have to. For instance, Alejandra being there to support her family, even if it meant taking a little bit of time away from our project. Or Craig, who's been crunching over at the city ever since they went through different challenges with COVID-19. So we respect that all of you did what you had to do as leaders to put the right things first. Even if that meant that you weren't always there for our project, we know that you were supporting us in spirit. Some of the other people that really stood out on the project end of things were Jem Fortino. I don't think Jem Fortino ever said something without really thinking it through. And so the weight that her words carried always had an impact on me because she knew very much that what she was saying was truthful and that it was going to benefit the group. I remember Almendra with her spreadsheet being detailed, and I felt that anytime I was at an event or a meeting and Almendra was there, I knew that things were going to get taken care of. And I knew that we'd be all right at the end of it. I remember Naomi, she was able to always take care of the tasks that the group gave her. I never had any doubt in my mind that those different reports out to the media teams were going to be thorough and full of detail and just what they needed. And Jane came in and she was always willing to jump right in and get started on anything that we had needed her to do. Even though she was a little bit apprehensive with Zoom and the technology, she always gave it her best. I also remember Cindy showing up to help us sell bells in front of Nob Hill. She was punctual every time and trustworthy, organized to a T, and I always knew that if Cindy was there, we were going to have everything we needed and all my questions would get answered. That brings me to a little bit of reflection on the class. I remember on 2 separate occasions, Mike and Trevor asked us to bring in items that meant something to us. But I think the most powerful item I got out of this class was all of the impact that you had on my heart. And I know that that will continue to be with me, the words and actions and the way that you made me feel and the way that we approached all these different challenges together. And so that's the object that I'd like to carry with me. When I think about leadership, I think about someone that has vision. Vision to see the goal and to see past all the obstacles that we may encounter. And I think that all of you had that vision of what Clove Days was going to be from the very beginning. And I always remember being a little bit angry with how stubborn we got in our planning process, but now I realized that we were just uncompromising in what we wanted to bring to our community. And what we wanted to bring to our community was love in the form of cloves. And it was a great play on words because it really represented everything that we wanted to do. Thank you for allowing me to represent you, and I'd like to leave all of you with this little bit of quote, or a little quote of what I thought that leadership was like when I first entered the class. And it's a quote from The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. And as Holden brings out the main character, he kept picturing all these kids playing in a field of rye, and there was no one there to supervise them. And they're running through the rye and they can't see over it. And he's standing on the edge of a cliff. And they don't look where they're going, and I have to come out from somewhere and catch them. That's all I do all day. I just be the catcher in the rye and all. I know it's crazy, but that's the only thing I'd really like to be. To me, leadership was about seeing obstacles before other people saw them and being able to intercept them and keep them from making those mistakes. I always saw myself as somebody that should take care of my tasks and then do what I can to, help others and prevent them from facing the same struggles that I did. But I realized that leadership is so much more, because in that model, you're only making room for one person to be a leader and one person to oversee. But ideally, a leader is able to inspire in the hearts of all those around them so that we can all build that protective wall and that we can all keep people from falling off and being lost. And so now I see that leadership is more about the impact that you have on people, and I'd like to say that all of you impacted me very well. And lastly, to Danielle, who's my fellow speech giver this evening, I really appreciate everything you did and your kind words and the way that you dealt with everyone. Not just the people in our class or Trevor and Mike in particular, but being able to talk to the people at Nob Hill and being able to get our different selling points set up and to talk to customers and to be able to be that liaison between us and anyone else. Your kind words really spoke to all of our hearts, and you also gave us an opportunity to represent ourselves as a class, as people who really wanted to do something valuable for the community. And you really helped us pitch that vision of what Clove Days meant. So thank you everyone, and congratulations on your graduation night. And I wish that we could all be together, but unfortunately due to the circumstances, I'm just happy to be addressing all of you on Zoom. So we did it, class of 2020. Much love to all of you.
Hey, Gilroy Leadership Class 2020, Scott Smithy here. And until yesterday, this was my office, and I'm here with Pedro Espinosa, who is now the Chief of Police, but I did not want to miss the opportunity to congratulate you guys on completing this program and look forward to all the great things you can do to help make community a better place in the future.
And likewise, on behalf of the men and women of the Gilroy Police Department, we want to congratulate you and thank you for taking the time to know about our community. Good job.
Hey Gilroy Leadership, I just want to congratulate you guys on a tremendous community event. You guys did such a good job putting that together, planning it out, executing it. Wishing the best for the class of 2020, but the Clove Days were a smashing success, and I love that you guys included me. So congrats to you guys, and may this be the start of big things for all of you individually.
Hi Leadership Gilroy. Yes, I'm sitting in my car at a soccer practice, the life of a mom. I wanted to say you guys did an incredible job for this year's Leadership Gilroy. I can only imagine how challenging it is normally to pull off such an extravagant event, but to pull it off during what we're living in now is pretty remarkable. I thought it was fantastic. We love to be a part of it. Thank you for including us, and great job, class of 2020.
Tim Olin from Christopher Ranch, and I just wanted to say congratulations to the class of 2020 on the success of Clove Days. Really appreciate everything that Leadership Gilroy does for this community. Great job, and thanks again.
Hi, Gilroy Leadership. It's Rhonda
and Phyllis.
24 Karat Conversations.
Woo, woo.
We just wanted to congratulate you on your many accomplishments this year. We know it was not easy. This could not have been easy in COVID.
It was not a good year for trying to do these things, but you guys persevered, and the Garlic Clove Days was a great success.
Yeah, we're super proud of you guys.
Yeah,
so we just want to wish you a very, very big congratulations, and we love you. Sparkle on. Bye. Bye.
I'm Donna Prey. I'm Executive Director of Gilroy Foundation. I want to congratulate the Leadership Gilroy Class of 2020 on a great year. They held a very special fundraiser over 3 days that would have been our 2020 Garlic Festival that had to be postponed. And they had this project called the Gilroy Clove Days. So something was going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to support 7 local nonprofits. They raised over $40,000 to distribute to those nonprofits. I was honored to be asked to do the Clove Challenge by eating a raw clove of garlic, which I happily did, and joined our community to ring our cowbells on Sunday evening. Well done, Class of 2020.
Hi, it's Rhonda Jones. I'm the Vice President of the Leadership Gilroy Board. Just wanted to say what a great job to the Class of 2020 on their project this year.
And I'm Josie Bravo, also on the board. Congratulations, Class of 2020.
You guys took a hard year, made a fabulous project, connected to all the people's hearts, and you guys rocked it.
Yes, you did, and we appreciate it, and we know that all of the local nonprofits that are benefiting from this program appreciate it also.
Great job, excellent work. You guys really did knock it out of the park.
Class of 2020. You did it. You made it in the weirdest year ever. Way to go, guys.
Hi, Leadership Gilroy, Class of 2020. My name is Jim Wyatt, and I'm the Fire Chief for the City of Gilroy. I just want to take a moment to congratulate you for completing this program, and on behalf of the entire fire department, we look forward to all of you making Gilroy a better place to live. We thank you for your service.
Graduates of Gilroy Leadership 2020, congratulations on completing the program. It's been a tough year, kind of bizarre all the way around. You did well, you finished the program, and you had a wonderful project that helped bring the community back together. Congratulations.
Hi everyone, my name is Claudia Sandoval and I am the Director of Fund Development and Community Relations at Rebecca Children's Services, and I would like to congratulate the Class of 2020 Leadership Gilroy for such a fantastic job this year. Thank you so much for putting together Clove Days and bringing our community together and really highlighting what we're all about. You guys did a fantastic job, and thank you so much for supporting the community in the ways that you did, especially during these trying times. We can't thank you enough, and congratulations.
Leadership Gilroy, Class of 2020. I'm Fred Tovar, Gilroy Council Member and Leadership Gilroy Alumni, Class of 2008. I wanted to pass along my thanks and gratitude to everyone who helped with the Gilroy Close Day, your class community project. I know you spent many months planning the event, and it showed. Next year's class will have their hands full trying to equal the quality of this year's event. I'm sure our community and nonprofits will benefit from this event for many years to come. Once again, thank you, Class of 2020, for all you did to make this possible. Take care.
Hello, this is Jason Smith, one of your board members for Leadership Gilroy, and I'm also a member of the Gilroy Police Department. And I just want to take a moment and say congratulations to the Class of 2020. You guys did a fantastic job this year, and it was so nice to get to know all of you, both in person and online. You guys overcame a lot of obstacles and have so much to be proud of, and I wish you nothing but success in the future. Good job, Class of 2020.
Cut.
Okay, is that a cut?
Yeah.
You turned it off, right?
Yeah.
Norma Aceves.
Delilah Alegria.
Maria Alejandra Areola.
Andrew Briggs.
Danielle Brothers.
Jennifer Fortino.
Jennifer Janzing.
Janet Crewley.
Gina Lenny.
Marvin Mendoza.
Ryan Mole.
Noemi Naranjo.
Diane Padilla.
Almendra Perez.
Jane Stoppel.
Craig Tamburini.
Cindy Torres.
Fanny Torres.
Greg Troy.
Jason Velez.
Heather Williams.
Dear graduating class of Leadership Gilroy 2020, this year was a real test of your flexibility, your acceptance of change, and your perseverance. You came together to plan and carry out a very successful project that truly impacted so many in our community in a positive way. You all deserve to celebrate that and to be very proud of yourselves. So family and friends that are watching with you right now, give them a high five and a big hug and say congratulations on a job well done. Although we cannot control the circumstances we face today, your class has proven that we can choose how we respond to those circumstances. The only certainty we have is that time will go on and the future will arrive. This experience that your class had is one that will impact and affect your lives forever and create a memory that you will never ever forget. This is true for every graduating class, but even so much more for your class. All of us are made up of our experiences and our memories. All the things that we have been through together at this very moment in time make us who we are. And the best part is, we're not done yet. We will continue to experience things and make more memories that mold us into who we really are and who we are going to become. Your class showed us not to view our challenges as a disadvantage. Rather, your focus was the fact that facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of the biggest advantages. Thank you all for reminding us of that fact and showing us what is possible even in these unprecedented times. I and the entire Leadership Gilroy Board would like to extend a very heartfelt and sincere congratulations to the graduating class of Leadership Gilroy year 2020.